B-Rad here, Buzz TV. Now I'm at a place that I love. We're at DJI, home of the Phantom drones. You'll see some of the stuff we're using because we have our Phantom too. But I'm here with Sheldon and he's going to talk to us about the newest Phantom drone, and that's the Vision, and we're going to compare some stuff. How you doing today?
I am doing great. It's busy here at NAB.
Yeah, but that means business, and that's always good for everyone. So let's get into this. What is the Phantom Vision, and tell me, please, the difference between the two drones?
Okay, so this is the Phantom 2 Vision Plus, and this is the Phantom 2 Vision. The Phantom Vision line is basically ready to fly flying video cameras, okay? This was great because it revolutionized still photography in the air. This is brand new. We just announced it on Monday, and it's the world's first flying stabilized video camera. As you can see, it has a built-in 3-axis gimbal, meaning that as you fly, it cancels out all of the instability that's caused by wind, turbulence, and pilot control. And basically, this allows you to get really sick-looking aerial cinematography.
Now, quick question. Is there also pan and tilt control on that gimbal?
There is no pan control, but there is tilt control. Tilt control from your iPhone allows you to tilt 90 degrees down, meaning you can shoot straight down for a bird's eye view.
And we use that, so I know that feature works. Now here's something else. We pulled ours out of the box. 4 propellers, you spin them on. There's no nuts to this new unit. I was up and flying in less than 10 minutes. It's that quick. And here's the biggest thing. I consider myself a smart guy, but I'm nowhere near a rocket scientist. You do not need to be a brain surgeon to fly one of these things. Easy to fly, very quick learning curve. Love the unit. I really can't say anything bad. You can't, especially with the Phantom 2 version. My battery life is great. I love being able to click it to my phone. I see everything I'm shooting. I just downloaded the new software upgrade.
Oh, nice.
Which now will show you the battery life of not just your copter, but your extender.
Yes, oh, that's cool.
So there's some new features on this, great stuff. I'd say pick one up. Let me ask a question, price point on this one.
This is running for $1,295.
Pretty much the same price point as this one.
It's $100 more than this one.
Right, so we picked ours up for $11.99 about and stuff. So the price point's pretty much the same. We're probably going to upgrade to the new gimbal stuff just to see that, because we're shooting a lot more video than we do stills, and we love this unit. We're going to talk to someone else at DJI because I see a real big copter that I might be able to mount a big 4K camera on. So we'll be getting to that. You hear the buzz in the background. There's something that we're going to try to hook this company up with Sony, because we just learned, and we're going to do a demo on that soon, how you could take your video with this footage, get that buzz out of it, and not lose anything else in your audio. Sony's doing some wonderful shit, so we'll turn you on to that soon too. We're out of here. We're going to see a big copter.
Okay.
This was really, really great. Sheldon, I appreciate it. We love the product, and we're going to talk and see some stuff over there. See you guys. B-Rad here, Buzz TV, still at DJI. I'm with my buddy Doug, and we're going to talk about a really big, fun unit. First of all, Doug, besides being with DJI, you're also a dealer. What company are you guys with, and where are you from?
I actually work for a company called UNSIGNED. We're located in Riverdale, Maryland, which is just outside of College Park, around the DC area, so we know all about the FAA regulations and everything upcoming and in the news. So basically we're right there as a dealer, repair facility, as well as as well as a certified dealer for DJI. Right now we have the S1000 we can show you today with all the different features and everything ready to go.
Let's get into that, but before, what's your website?
Our website is either intelligentuas.com or oneuas.com.
So remember, if you're on the East Coast and you need some DJI stuff, this is the place to be. So let's get into this bad boy.
Alrighty, so right here we have the DJI S1000 helicopter. It was released about a month or two ago, and it's a very, very versatile rig. You can see it's very large to start. It actually breaks down into a very small bucket-style shape when every arm folds back down very easily. And it has a multitude of cameras it can carry, everywhere from the little GoPros all the way up to the 5D, which you see here. And it's also accessible on a 3-axis gimbal.
Wow, I love that. What's the price point on something like this?
These are going to start around the $10,000 range. You add the camera and all the extra equipment, you're pushing it up a little more, probably towards $15,000. And actually, they're thinking of releasing very soon a newer model of this, which will be a lot more powerful. So we're looking for that one to carry a red Epic.
I'm telling you, DJI, you guys just keep, boom. We got a Phantom 2, and that quick, you had the Phantom Vision out, and this. We've gotten our software upgrades. We love it. Now here's something, flight time. I know with the Phantom 2, we're at about 25 minutes. I try not to get into that 30 or less zone. What are we looking at with this?
Well, because you're carrying such a heavy payload, you don't get as much flight time. However, you do trade that off with stability. You get a lot better GPS as well as gyros and accelerometers inside the equipment, so it's a lot more precise with stability, and it is able to control itself in a lot higher wind. The Phantoms can control themselves up until about 15-mile-an-hour gusts. This one will go all the way up to about 25 before you really need to fight the wind.
You know, that's funny because we were shooting something last week, a suspension thing under a bridge, when I said I shouldn't be flying this thing in the wind, and it was really hard to control. And it was about maybe 10, 15, a little more than that wind gusts. So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that sort of stuff. Availability, right now we could get them.
Yes, they are available right now. Just go to oneuas.com. You can order a kit ready to fly or buy it and build it yourself. We even offer the camera setups and even some of the cameras themselves. We do offer the GPS functions. They all come with fail-safe and GPS, and there's a multitude of different things you can add for cameras, video transmission, and other accessories. So
now here's something that we're doing right now. You might like this, you might not, and the only reason I'm plugging this, you hear a lot of background noise behind us. That is the motor of the Phantom. They do have that sound. We're over at Sony. We're going to be back there doing a live demo of their Sound Forge and how you could get the prop motor out of your audio and lose nothing else. So you're going to hear this interview as we do it at the Sony booth, and you're going to hear how we take that prop motor out.
awesome.
We've talked to someone here at DJI, we've talked to Sony, somewhere down the road, they're going to be working in unison with something like this because they both love the idea. And remember, you're going to get that prop noise out. You have a unit that is just far better than anything else out there. We've seen the competitors, and that's what they are, competitors, because they don't stand close to what you guys have. My Phantom, I'm looking at about 900 feet. What's this one's range?
You're going to be looking at about a 1 kilometer range depending on the controller you get. They all get about the same range, and in the US you need to stay under the 400 AGL limit. However, for the most part you will get about 1 kilometer of range to fly it, depending on your video feed.
Now let me ask a question, because I've had people ask me, and the only answer I could say is, I don't know. I only cite the one thing that I've ever heard of, and that's FAA regulations. I don't know what the legality is. This is all I have heard. One guy was cited, fought the ticket and won because the judge said, how could I uphold a ticket when there's no statute on the book for it? So let me ask you, what laws are out there other than common sense? Don't be a moron and fly these near an airport.
Well, right now the main regulations are going to be stay under that 400-foot AGL. Other than that, it's a little difficult to comment because they are still figuring out their own regulations. It is difficult because it is a new market and it is tough to regulate something you don't know much about. Further than that, we expect to see some regulations within the next couple of years, but as of present, we aren't too sure of what those might be.
So again, try to stay below 400 feet. If you're going higher than that, make sure you're in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
2, don't fly one of these by an airport. And 3, don't be a peeping Tom. Where you live in Las Vegas, I get great shots of hotels. I don't fly up and look in your hotel window because, again, now you're a peeping Tom and you're going to jail. So I say common sense is going to win out. Eventually there will be restrictions. I'm glad I got this info because I didn't know about the 400-foot limit. So that's something new for me. Doug, I appreciate everything. It was a pleasure. You know, don't forget, there's store. Again, where are you guys and what are you?
We're in Riverdale, Maryland. We're called Intelligent UAS. Our website is oneuas.com or intelligentuas.com. We offer everything from repairs, modifications, as well as ready-to-fly builds from DJI.
And in fact, I have to get a new set of prop guards, so I have my email address and you know where I'm buying my set from. So actually, you got a sale out of me, Doug, because these guys are great people. So if you have to buy something, even if you're on the West Coast, check them out. They're friendly, they're knowledgeable, they'll take the time to talk to you. And really, what more do you want when someone's selling you something than someone that cares about you and isn't looking to make a quick buck? Doug, I thank you. I love the company. Can't wait to do more stuff with you. And when we get on the East Coast, when we're shooting some bands, we're going to look you up and come right to the store.
Definitely, we'd love to have you.
Thank you, guys, and we're out of here. See ya. Be right here, Buzz TV. We're back at Sony like we've always been. We're dealing with Sound Pro and SoundForge.
The SoundForge Pro Mac 2 and Spectra Layers Pro 2.1.
And this is the best thing about it. We brought some video over. Mike has no idea what we did. We shot some stuff over at DJI, and I think I have some noise in it. So let's open this up and see what's going on.
Okay, we have it open on the screen, and I'm just going to hit play. It might be a little bit hard to hear in here, but we'll do the best we can.
You got it. You ready? I'm Brad. Hey, nice to meet you, Doug. Hey, here we go. Be right here, Buzz TV.
It sounds great. I can hear that behind you. There's kind of a noise, really crispy noise sound that you can hear right away when you hit play. You can hear this sort of like crispy sound. Listen.
You hear that? Exactly.
Let's move that over to Spectra Layers Pro and take a look at the spectral graph, and let's see how that noise shows up on the screen.
Let's.
Okay, now SoundForge Pro Mac 2 and Spectra Layers Pro 2.1 are both available together in one product, and it's called Audio Master Suite. And one of the big features here that we're looking at is that we have one button that you can click that will take your audio file and move it over to Spectra Layers.
Oh, that's nice.
It's cool. Now, Spectra Layers has a lot going on in noise reduction, and that's the kind of process that we're looking at using right now. So let's just click this button, open the file in Spectra Layers Pro 2.1, and see what we have, all right?
I can't wait.
Okay, here we go. Click. Now, SoundForge Pro Mac is going into idle. Spectra Layers Pro 2 is opening. It's reading your file, and there it is. Now we can see your file in a spectral graph. So let's zoom out a little bit and look at just the very, very beginning of this here.
You ready?
I can see this noise here, and it looks like just, let's move our screen contrast control up a little bit, and there I can see it. Look, you can see the noise. It looks like a haze, kind of a filmy haze behind your interview track. So let's get rid of it. And here's the process that we use. We'll start a new layer, and that layer comes up over here, and it's the active layer. And now we're going to do this thing. We're going to take a noise print. In other words, we're going to teach the computer what is noise, and we're going to identify that. And so we'll select our noise tool, and now I can just draw here. I can draw over the top of that noise. We'll draw way up into the spectrum as well. Let's move our screen contrast control even more so we can see how far. Oh, look, the noise cuts off right here. So let's draw all over that noise. And now we have our noise print identified, so I can turn off register noise. Now, when I move my cursor over the noise, you can see that it's lighting up the part that's noise. So, yeah, looking pretty good. There, can you see? It might be kind of hard to see, but
Highlights in blue, correct?
it highlights in, the noise highlights in blue, but what we don't want to do is we don't want to identify your narration as noise. And so that's why we have this tolerance control. And if we move this tolerance control down, you can see that now as I move my cursor over the noise, it kind of leaves your vocal book alone. It doesn't doesn't highlight that part. Again, it's a little bit hard to see, but believe me, that's what's happening.
I can see it.
Okay, that's great.
I see it.
Those glasses on?
They're prescription, believe it or not.
That's amazing. I believe it. Okay, so what we've done is we've identified that which is noise, and we've adjusted our tolerance so that we can say, okay, leave the voice alone, just take the noise. So now all we have to do is go process, extract noise, and it's working away really quick on a quad-core iMac here, blowing through this file, doing a good job. And we have our noise now. Now the noise appears in yellow. And you can see, look, your narration is kind of like green. It's still there. It hasn't been touched. You just took the noise. So before we listen to the final product, let's take a listen to just the noise.
Got it.
Okay? This layer. And let's see what just the noise alone sounds like. Voice in here, that means we have a problem. That means that we took too much. But I can't hear. Have you heard yourself in there?
Not at all. I just hear background noise that I don't want. You have to put your head right next to the speaker to barely hear that.
Okay, so now let's do the magic part, okay?
You got it.
Now remember, your noise is copied. We have two copies. We have one copy of the noise on the original layer and one copy of the noise on the extraction layer. And so what we're going to do is we're going to throw the noise layer out of phase, and the math is easy on this one. It's -1 + 1 = 0. So one cancels the other out when we rotate the phase. Let's see what happens. Now look, when I click this button, the noise just kind of goes away.
Exactly.
And it clearly reveals your own narration. So you should be a lot more intelligible now. Let's have a listen.
You ready? I'm Brad. Hey, nice to meet you, Doug. Okay, here we go. Be right here, Buzz TV. Still at DJI. I'm with my buddy Doug, and we're going to talk about a really big, fun unit. First of all, Doug, besides being with DJI, wow. Needless.
Well, you know what? I did a pretty good job on that, didn't I? That's amazing.
You did an amazing job.
It's really cool that this is like unrehearsed because it's so real world, you know? It's like I'm the sound editor and you're the producer and you're like, fix this. It's ready for broadcast. I need it in an hour. And we did it in about 10 minutes.
And the funny thing is, we're airing this segment 6 days from this shoot.
Right.
So 6 days from now, I have to have this up. Fortunately, I know what I'm going to be using to clean this specific interview up. So when
you can render this out right now and just take it with you.
I might be doing that. And as you see, it's that quick and easy. You see what we did here, and I'll make sure the DJI part of this thing comes up after we do this. So you'll hear a very clean interview that was extremely dirty before we ran it through this.
This was the most fun I've had at NAB so far.
I mean, I really like this because it shows what you can do with the product on the fly. Wasn't set up, wasn't pre-rehearsed. The DJI people are going to like it, and this is something that I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do. We have an issue when we fly our Phantom where we hear the prop wash. If I have a mic near it, you hear the propellers. It sounds like bees or a hornet's nest. And if I can get rid of noise like that, this will be a layer and it's just going to go boom.
Right. Now, not only can you get rid of noise, but you can get rid of individual specific audio events that happen while you're doing your thing. Like say you're doing your thing and something tips over and crashes on the floor and creates a momentary sound. Well, that's not really like noise. What we did here was a noise reduction exercise. But in Spectre Layers Pro 2, you can take specific sounds like a cough or a chair squeak or a blaring horn and just draw over the top of it, put it out of phase, and just get rid of it. And so this is just a noise reduction exercise that went really well, but there's so much more you can do to do a sort of surgical evaluation, surgical work on the sound. So this is just the tip of the iceberg.
It really is. And if you want to see that, there's a link right down here. We spoke with Mike over at the NAMM show, and we did get into that. So you did show us how you can actually take that out.
It wasn't as cool as this, though.
It was cool for me because as a recording guy with music, that was a big deal.
Right.
And a lot of people love that. So again, there's a link right down here. You can see how they do that. You've already seen how we get rid of noise. It's a boom, boom, quick process. Now, we did discuss that now with this version, it's Mac capable. So we're on the Mac now.
Now, we have SoundForge Pro Mac 2, Spectral Layers Pro 2.1, the best of waveform and spectral editing together in one product audio master suite. It's easy to remember. SoundForge Pro Mac is $299, Spectral Layers is $399, Audio Master Suite is $499. And we have really cool deals all the time at our website. So go to SonyCreativeSoftware.com, see what the deal of the day is, poke around a little bit, get on our mailing list, and you'll find a really good deal on these applications.
You really will. And no one takes care of you better than Sony. If you own this product and it gets upgraded, there's going to be a way that they're going to take care of you.
The Spectral Layers Pro 2.1 update was a free update for our users. So we're really looking after our users in terms of quick updates. And we've had 2 versions of this in 2 years. And so this is a really rapidly evolving program. And our team of developers who are working on this have big plans for the next version, and which is going to be great. But don't hold back. Get this version because we have the best upgrade deals in the business. So
Oh, you do. I remember.
with us, you're in for.
Well, I remember when it first came out with PC only. And last year you got to Mac when we saw you at NAMM and this. We spoke to Vegas 13, and again, you know, our people know that if you're a Vegas 12 user like us, you get an upgrade for $199, but you only have 30 days. So again,
There's one thing I forgot to show you because we were so excited about the good result here, is the interoperability feature that goes between SoundForge Pro and Spectral Layers Pro. Now remember, way back in another time and space, we started out with this file in SoundForge. We fixed it in Spectral Layers, but now watch. I can quit Spectral Layers, and it asks me, do I want to go back to SoundForge? I click yes. And now, I forgot all about this part, but because I was so excited, right? So this is cool. So now, this is the cool thing. Watch. This is quite a long file you have here.
well, it was about a 15-minute interview. We try to cover as much as we can. If you're quick, you always lose something.
Now we're back in SoundForge Pro Mac 2 with your edited narration that you can do additional things to, additional kinds of plug-in processing. Perhaps you'd like to use our audio mastering and repair suite from iZotope to add a little bit of final compression and limiting. And let me tell you, before with all that noise on there, compression and limiting on that file would have made it worse.
Oh, it would have. It would have brought out the ugliness.
It would have brought that noise level up. But now with the noise level reduced, you can put a little bit of punch on here, and you'll be swinging.
Export that right out into my Vegas because that's what we use exclusively, and then we're there. So again, we love this stuff. I really love being able to do this live demo of something
This was
we've
so
done.
cool. Like I said, this was my most fun time at NAB so far, and thank you so much for coming over. Love doing this.
No, we thank you. And the best thing is, as I said, we were talking to DJI, and they love the idea of their software out there that you can get prop wash out, and we told them about it. So we're giving them your information, and we're swapping stuff back and forth because Sony already has a relationship with them. They build a gimbal for the Sony Action Cam for their Phantom drone. So now that they know your software does this, it's another thing that we could cross-promote. Their people will know about you, you'll know about them. And again, this is the best. We don't say it unless we mean it. We already have our version, and you'll see how we got the noise out of it in this episode next week.
Too cool.
Mike, it's been more than a pleasure. Again, we love coming back here, and we love being at Sony.
This is so great. Thank you
This
so
is
much.
great stuff. And again, we'll be up 6 days, Monday.
At the NAB. Have a great show, everyone.
See you guys. Now we have something fun. And this is for pretty much all you guys, especially bands. You're always trying to get something that you could use to YouTube yourself. I think we found something for you. What do we have here?
This is called the Sony music video recorder. It shoots high def video in MP4, 1920, 1080p, so it's perfect for YouTube. But the really cool thing about it is that it records linear PCM, so it's like lossless CD quality audio straight into the camera. It's got two hard-mounted XY mics linked up here. It has a 120-degree array of sound that matches a 120-degree field of view on the Carl Zeiss lens in it. It's an XMR CMOS sensor, so again, really great in low light like we have across of our line. And a little built-in LCD here so you can frame your shot up. And it's really simple, start, stop, record here, battery pack in the back. Excellent audio, like I said, paired with HD video for only $299.
Great price point. Now, built-in memory, or is it an SD card?
It's an SD card straight in the bottom right here. So a micro SD up to 64 gig. And when you're talking about HD video, basically it's about 8 gig for 1 hour of video. So it's pretty long if you get a 64 gig card, which is really cheap these days, right?
Exactly.
8 hours of video. And that's with the video on, but you can also just do audio as well. And like we said, awesome mics, really ideally mounted basically to capture lossless audio. You can control the left-right inputs, but in the back as well there is an audio in, so you can do an external mic or even put a mixer through this and record away.
Oh, that's great. Now, what's your battery life on this?
It's about 3 hours when it's fully charged. It's pretty cool, right? So and then the thing is, when we talked about mounting it, it has Wi-Fi and NFC built in, so you're not killing your battery. You can shut it down, and then right when you get set to go, you're on your mark, then you can record and stop right from a remote location.
And remember, again, with that NFC stuff, you could have this linked to your phone, your tablet, control it from that. You also, Sony has, what was the watch called?
It's called a live view remote. So it looks and it acts like a watch. It's pretty big because it's shockproof, waterproof, dustproof, because you can use it with our action cam as well. But you can basically use that watch to view what the camera's seeing and then start and stop record as well.
It's not much bigger than this one. And as you see, we're always wearing our Sony smartwatch because it's something I love. I bumped into someone in the booth that has the newer version, which I think it might be an upgrade time. But again, this is why we're here, because if it's consumer products to the video products, you guys have the best stuff. And it's been that way for years. It's not you just fell into being the best. Everyone chases you for a good reason. We found another product that, again, $299. Guys, if you want to record stuff and you're buying something, and you're on a budget, you're spending this kind of number, maybe a little more for a camcorder, you probably got burned. Because again, you have a digital audio recorder here, as well as video. You could use it for both functions, either or. We love that dual capability. I'm just in awe. I think we're running over to Vegas 13 now, so we'll see you in a second.
The smell of you around me, that's was strong enough, but no, I came inside.